This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple's hiring a wireless crew. It turns out Pegasus was really something. And Apple files in support of DACA. It is Friday, the 17th of December, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Take advantage of SimpliSafe's holiday deals and get 40% off your new home security system at simplisafe.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Headspace, meditation made simple. Think back on 2021. I know, right? If you'd like something better for 2022, Headspace is a great place to start. I've tried other meditation apps, and yes, I was skeptical that Headspace could work for me. Try it though, and you'll see. A few minutes each day can help you feel better, from dealing with stress, to not being held back by anxiety, to finding a place of calm when things seem to be spinning out of control. The SOS meditations are really great for that. And what I love, Headspace gives me tools I can use even when I'm not using the app. I had that happen yesterday. Started to get worked up about an old aggravation. Then I didn't. I used some of what I've learned through Headspace to keep from spinning out. Headspace makes it easy to learn and maintain a meditation practice that'll improve your mood and help you feel better. Try it and see. Find some Headspace at headspace.com/macOSCan and get 1 month free of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/macOSCan today. headspace.com/macOSCan. There was a big story going around the Apple-focused web on Thursday that I could have sworn we already knew. Mac Rumors highlights a Bloomberg report that says Apple is hiring a few dozen engineers to focus on wireless chip production. I thought we knew this, though in fairness, we did not know any hiring particulars. It's also possible that I'm confusing this story with Apple's plans to design its own 5G radio, or maybe I've just assumed that at some point Apple is going to design as much of its own stuff as it can. Whatever the case, Mac Rumors says the work being done is for components that may eventually replace parts that are currently sourced from companies like Broadcom, Skyworks, and Qualcomm. The office is located in Irvine, California, which is close to LA and where major chip makers are located. The piece has one job listing saying Apple's growing wireless silicon development team is developing the next generation of wireless silicon. According to the Bloomberg report, another says employees will be at the center of a wireless system-on-a-chip design group with a critical impact on getting Apple's state-of-the-art wireless connectivity solutions into hundreds of millions of products. Replacing Broadcom and its devices may be something Apple wants to do soon. Apple's contract with the supplier ends in 2023. Now, perhaps the most surprising part of the Bloomberg story, there is an analyst out there who disagrees. Not that Bloomberg hasn't said plenty in the past with which to disagree. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note from Piper Sandler analyst Harsh Kumar. While he does not doubt Apple's hiring, he does doubt that it will be able to replace the likes of Broadcom, Skyworks, and Qualcomm anytime soon. Quoting his note, "We believe dealing with complex radio frequency, or RF technologies, would require a great level of understanding and many more job functions than currently posted. We do not believe it is fundamentally possible to enter the market with such few resources for at least a decade, particularly given the complexity around 4G, 5G, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi." Overall, Kumar goes on to say, "This seems to be a lot more smoke than anything tangible in our eyes. We completely believe this is not a threat to the RF players." Piper Sandler has a buy rating on Apple shares. Kumar's price target on the shares is $175. If you're bothered by the ease with which NSO Group's Pegasus was able to compromise iPhones, take heart. A piece from 9 to 5 Mac has Google's Project Zero saying it was nothing like easy. As a reminder, the piece says Pegasus spyware is capable of allowing hackers to access the microphone, camera, and other sensitive data from iPhone users. Back in the day, folks holding Pegasus reins would have to trick the target into clicking, or one assumes taking some other action that would open their device to compromise. The most recent Pegasus build is a zero-click exploit. This means that targeted users do not have to click or interact with the attack at all in order for it to be effective, according to the piece. And that is the part that was nothing like easy. The piece cites a Wired interview with Project Zero's Ian Beer and Samuel Gross. According to that, there are many within the security community who consider this type of exploitation, single-shot remote code execution, a solved problem. They believe that the sheer weight of mitigations provided by mobile devices is too high for a reliable single-shot exploit to be built. This demonstrates that not only is it possible, it's being used in the wild reliably against people. Based on our research and findings, they say, we assess this to be one of the most technically sophisticated exploits we've ever seen, further demonstrating that the capabilities NSO provides rival those previously thought to be accessible to only a handful of nation-states. Some of tech's biggest players, including Apple, have petitioned the court to protect DACA. Apple Insider says firms such as Amazon, Block, formerly Square, Cisco, Google, Meta, formerly Facebook, Microsoft, and others have signed a new amicus brief supporting the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program, pushing back against states who are challenging the measure. Basically, DACA keeps undocumented individuals who are brought to the U.S. as children from being deported. The piece says the White House is appealing a U.S. District Court ruling that decided DACA was unconstitutional, and big tech is on the administration's side. According to the amicus brief, DACA recipients have helped to drive and sustain the American economy by filling crucial labor shortages, creating new businesses, spending their incomes on American products and services, and paying taxes. If the ruling stands, the brief argues that companies will lose valued employees, workers will lose employers and colleagues, and our national GDP will contract by up to $460 billion. More news in a moment, but first a word from Simply Safe, the right way to protect your home. If you have ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there is no better time than now. This week, the people at Simply Safe are giving macOS Ken listeners a big holiday discount, 40% off their award-winning home security. I like Simply Safe because it has everything you need to make your home safe. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors, and it's all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the moment you need it. They've got it all, but you don't have to buy it all. Simply Safe lets you easily customize a system for your home online in minutes, so you get what you need to keep your home safe. And setup is simple. I had my sensors, base station, and keypad up and running in under an hour. Simply Safe was named Best Home Security System of 2021 by U.S. News and World Report, and now it can be yours for less. Take advantage of Simply Safe's holiday deals and get 40% off your new home security system by visiting simplysafe.com/macOSKen. SIMPLI Again, that is simplysafe.com/macOSKen for 40% off your entire system. With the year almost over, Apple has added up how much its employee giving program gave out in 2021. The Mac Observer ran a piece earlier this week that had the company putting that number at $120 million. That's over 16% of the total amount raised by the program in the past 10 years. According to the piece, the nearly $725 million the program's raised in the past decade has gone to over 39,000 organizations around the world. SiriusXM is trying to use Apple Music to lure subscribers. Kind of weird that. A piece from Mac Rumors says the satellite radio service provides ad-free music channels based on music genres, artists, decades, and more, along with talk shows, podcasts, sports content, comedy shows, and more than 5,000 live concert video and audio recordings. But radio is somebody else deciding what's going to play next. On demand is what you want when you want it. And so, SiriusXM is giving subscribers to its Platinum VIP plan 12 months of Apple Music at no additional cost. Of course, there is an additional cost to being a Platinum person. The benefits listed in the report include access in 2 vehicles, plus the year of Apple Music. May make sense on paper. $34.99 per month for the plan. New and existing subscribers are eligible for the Apple Music offer. SiriusXM also says that it plans to offer 6 months of Apple Music with other subscription plans sometime in 2022. Apple's got another original podcast on the way. iDownload blog says the Cupertino company will start the new year with Wild Things, Siegfried, and Roy. Guess what that's about? Over the course of nearly half a century, says Apple's description of the show, Siegfried and Roy performed 30,000 shows for millions of people. Although the German-born illusionists and pop culture icons were mega famous, much about their private lives, eccentric public personae, and tragic final show remain shrouded in mystery. Emmy Award-winning filmmaker and investigative journalist Stephen Leckert is apparently set to unlock those mysteries. Wild Things, Siegfried and Roy begins its run on the 12th of January. There's a trailer for the show, though. You can hear that and start following now in Apple Podcasts. Strange that things like this are happening, but Apple TV Plus hosted a film premiere in Los Angeles last night. Apple Insider says the company screened Joel Coen's stylized retelling of the tragedy of MacBeth. Not the world premiere, just Hollywood's. The film closed out the 65th BFI London Film Festival in October, according to the piece. Notables on hand to see the spectacle last night included Apple's head of worldwide video, Zach Van Amberg, Apple's senior VP of Stuff and Other Stuff, Eddie The Stuff Q, the film's leads, Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand, and the film's director, Joel Coen. The tragedy of MacBeth hits theaters on the 25th of December because nothing says happy birthday, baby Jesus, like a mad, murderous despot. It'll make the move to Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 14th of January. And finally today, an anticipated series has a release date. The Mac Observer says the Ben Stiller, Adam Scott series Severance is set for the middle of February on Apple TV Plus. They're not both in the show, at least not as far as we know. Stiller is directing with Scott on screen. According to the piece, the show tells the story of Mark Scout, played by Adam Scott. He is a boss at Lumen Industries. Employees there have undergone an unusual procedure. Their memories have been surgically divided between work and personal life. Patricia Arquette, John Turturro, Christopher Walken, and a host of others will also star. Severance starts on Friday, the 18th of February. Between now and then, you can catch a trailer for the show on YouTube. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 40% off your new home security system at simplysafe.com/macOSCan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.